just alone, completely alone.
Haunted by her past, she suffered with anxiety, panic attacks, and had attempted suicide. Friends say Saturday she took her own life.
When I meet Sarah Hegazi, she told me that she doesn't have $4 for the bus fee to come to me, and this was so tough. And it's hard to tell this story. I offered her some food because she didn't eat some meat like for a long time. She wasn't feeling good, and I think she didn't get what she deserved. And guess what? This is not just Sarah Hegazi problem. There is no community. I'm just by myself from the first time I came here, and I wasn't ready for that. We just need some extra help because we're really not ready.
We're speaking not because we want something from them. We're trying to build our life here. We're trying to work online. We're just speaking because the people need to know the reality of this organization. We're speaking so the newcomers can see a difference in their life. My name is Nourani Gindi, and this is my partner Miran Mukhtar. We came together as a refugee with Rainbow Road. We've known Rainbow Road since the concert of Mashroua Leila 2017. We did our interview in Egypt with Kemali, the executive director of Rainbow Road. He told us that if we got accepted, they will cover the housing, the food, and everything that we need.
They refused to book the ticket till we have an address in Canada. And we didn't know anybody in Canada. I was telling the caseworker that we should hurry up because we are super scared. We are super concerned about our safety, and we just wanted to feel that we are finally in a safe place and we could live again. I started to contact a friend that I met in France that connected me to another friend living in Canada, and she accepted to host us for 10 days. They booked the ticket and then we arrived to Canada.
We don't know the country, we don't know anybody. After several attempts, they picked up us and they gave us each $900. We stayed for this amount of money for 4 months. We were hoping that Rainbow Road will help us in the information, like how we can apply for asylum, what should we do right now, or what's the next step. They guided us to 2 organizations, the 519 and Franco Queer. The 519 gave us a lawyer.
So when we went to the lawyer, we are 1 month late to apply for asylum. We went to Franco Queer,
but they didn't help us. Miral fainted out in the subway, and we just discovered that she needed a heart operation. 1 week after the operation, we started to move again because the woman that we were staying at, she kicked us out. She was afraid because we are a refugee. So we started to move from November 2018 till today. Every month we're living in a new place. Every month we're moving with our stuff.
The Ontario work caseworker was telling me, why do you change your address a lot? Don't you have a car? Aren't you able to rent? Who can have a car being on Ontario work? I cannot even rent on Ontario work. I wouldn't be able to send a proof of accommodation every month because I literally move every month.
معياري عمري 27 سنة. قبل كنت نشط في حقوق ال LGBT. هوني تلقى معناها زادك الحكاية الراسيزم متاع في تجي تكري ولا حاجة كي يكري ما يكريلكش على خاطر أنت عربي ولا حتى معناها اللي أنا تو بيرسونيلمون أنا مانيش مسلم فهمتني. لكن هوني ساعات نسمع حاجات هكا من عند ناس اللي هما يحكموا علي انا مسلم على خاطر من المظهر نتاعي بركه فهمتني. حسابها تقول انت انا هربت من الهوموفوبي في تونس جيت هوني لقيت روحي في راسيزم
We didn't know that for us to rent, we're supposed to have reference from previous landlord, employment, credit check. And we didn't know for us to get a job here, we're supposed to have Canadian experience.
في الخدمة أول حاجة أول ما تجي ديما يطلبوا عليك اكسبيريونس في الكيبيك فهمتني. وهي الاكسبيريونس في الكيبيك أنت لو أول شغل بدك تشتغل ويطلب عليك أنت اكسبيريونس في الكيبيك منين نجيب أنا اكسبيريونس في الكيبيك فهمتني.
Ontario work sent her file to another caseworker who told her to work in a black market. He literally said this sentence.
We've been working in a lot of places. We've worked in a restaurant, we've worked in a companies, we've worked in a factories, but it's not permanent, it's temporary, because when we try to be permanent, we get harassed, we face homophobia, we face racism. And even when I ask friends why I got this or why they're harassing us or why we face homophobia, they told us, just say that you're friends. But I cannot say that. I escaped my country to say that I'm in love with her. I cannot come here and say, oh my God, she's my friend. This is supposed to be the land of the freedom. That's why you're saying in the news.
Les personnes trans, اللاجئين وإلا المهاجرين والمهاجرات فهمتني. التوا ما عندهمش الحق يبدلوا اسمهم الا ما تكون عندهم بطاقه اقامه او الجنسيه. معناها تلقاها ان فام ترانس تخرج من بلادها على خاطر هاربه معناها من الاضطهاد اللي قاعده تعيش فيه والترانسفوبيا اللي قاعده تعيش فيها. معناها اي بلاصه تمشي لها معناها باش تعطي فيها بطاقه هويه فهمتني. الشخص اللي مقابلك باش يشوف في الشكل حاجه ولكن في البطاقه حاجه اخرى فهمتني. ولهذا يعرف برشا معناها دي بيرسون ترانس للترانسفوبي فهمتني.
We're not the only refugees who are suffering. We're not the only LGBT people who are suffering. There is a lot of people who are suffering because of the image of Canada that the people think that we're living in the land of the dream and that Justin Trudeau is giving every refugee housing, that we're giving them help.
We are investing in the integration and support of new arrivals so that they can contribute as quick as possible. And that's the story we're seeing.
We have a looming crisis. And so what I'm simply saying is the federal government has its obligations in international law, and they alone should be responsible for the housing and settlement costs.
الحاجات الخايبه في الجمعيات اللي هوني لا ريبريزونطاسيون دي بيرسون كونسيرني معناها كون جو دي معناها لي بيرسون كونسيرني با فورسيمون جوست LGBTQ+ هكا هاو اما نقولوا لها زاد لي بيرسون راسيزي فهمتني. اللي هوني معناها ساعات تلقى حتى في بروجيكتس معناها يخدموها على لي ريفوجي وكل شيء لكن في البروجي هذاك ما تلقاش ولا حد شخص معناها لاجئ فهمتني. اللي هو الشخص اللاجئ هذاك يعرف لي زونجو نتاع اللاجئين يعرف شنو هي معناها كيفاش يتعامل معهم فهمتني.
We always wanted to speak up because we felt that there is something really wrong. We tried to speak with Radio Canada and they didn't show up after all we have said. Now the reporter was coming to do a video, but then she was going to ask the director for a permission and he rejected. And also Toronto Star, when I told them about what's going on, they took only the good part, that I'm a refugee and I came here as a successful story, and they hide everything that I said.
They only write the bad part about how Egypt treated us as a lesbian couple, but they don't write the reality about how Canada is treating us as a refugee woman of color lesbian couple.
A reporter of the UN, the United Nations, she was literally crying from hearing our condition. And she also took the good part and the beautiful picture of a lesbian couple and then she published it.
Why I'm not showing my face? I don't want to suffering from the bullying.
There is a lot of people who knows a lot, but they prefer to keep it in hiding and never face the organizations with what is really happening, because they are scared from the power that these organizations have, from what these organizations could do, because they are afraid to lose the chance of having this asylum. It can be cancelled anytime.
We want this organization to still be here, but if they're going to do what they are saying, if they're going to do what they are advertising, because when they advertise and they don't do what they are advertising, so they are giving the people false hope. Sarah Hegazi, she's not the only one who commits suicide, but I'm afraid that there are going to be a lot of people who are going to commit suicide, because we're facing a lot of problems and nobody is listening, even the government. When I'm calling the MPP or when I'm emailing the MPP, they just told us, like, we cannot do anything for this organization, we cannot do anything for your situation. So, like, why Canada is bringing more refugees and they cannot support us? Why Canada is bringing more refugees and they don't offer them mental health support? And you're coming here supposed to live in a good situation so you can contribute with the society here. We are facing some trauma. You're escaping your country. You're not just having a fight with your family.
We have met some good people in Canada, but also we have faced racism and homophobia. Of course, we are lucky to be here and to have the freedom that we didn't have in Egypt, our home country. It's a privilege and we have to use it. This freedom gives me the right to speak up about what we're facing as refugees.